You're now tuned to 13signsastrology.com. Yeah, we gotta really stop getting caught up into the dope aspect of this shit. Like, what I mean by that is like, this shit can be so addictive. What I mean by that is like, studying the occult, learning about, all of these magical things that you can do to a person that could potentially cause you harm. And not only that, but being able to make yourself into a magnet and a tool to where you can attract anything. It's deep, right? Super deep at the same time, but we can't get caught up on the dope aspect of it, meaning that we can't get hooked to it. To the point where you begin to miss certain lessons and certain growth spurts that you could have made had you, been patient. It took the time to really study each aspect of what it is that you're getting into. And now, it doesn't matter what the subject is. I mean, we could be talking about the financial aspect of the occult, the spiritual aspect of the occult, or we could be talking about the self-help and the relationship aspect of the occult. The bottom line is that we need to slow down from a sense of trying to learn so much because it's so addictive. It's just learning and taking all this information and begin to, take the time to master each step. So what I'm going to do is just back up a little bit and take you into a word. We're going to just make this video about one word. And it's about something very basic that a lot of people want in the Matrix. Everybody mostly wants it. Money. Everybody wants money. And I'm not selling money. And this video is not designed to attract people so that they can have a whole bunch of money and all of that. This video is really designed to teach you how to go about attracting money based upon what you already got. How to use to get what you got, or how to use what you already have to get to where you want to go. Because you already have a certain amount of tools that you was born with. Everybody does. Don't matter who you are, who I'm talking to out there. You have a certain amount of tools or a collection or, a collage of tools that you could use, whether they're mental skills that you may have or gifts that you may have, or whether they're physical gifts that you may have. You have natural gifts that if you had no money, you can still attract money through from just being you. And the thing is that we don't learn how to use these tools. So I'm going to just take something basic that most of us have. And it might not be a lot, even if it's just money in your pocket. Most of us got a savings. And this is so basic. Most of us got a savings. And a savings technically, now remember, I go into the words and what they truly mean is any amount of money that you got when the clock goes zero, or any amount of commodities or finance or anything that's worth something of value that can be counted and traded. When the clock goes zero, is considered a part of your savings. Anything. When the clock goes zero. So don't let them fool you just because you're like, well, I don't got no money saved up, but then you got $500 laying around, but you like, I don't got no money, so you do. You just not thinking. See what I'm saying? As a man thinketh, or as a woman thinketh. So you're not thinking like that. You thinking you broke because you're not counting what you have. You probably got $3,000-$4,000 worth of just shit that's worth something. Gold, whatever, collectibles. That's worth something, but you're not doing nothing with it. So every time that clock goes zero, either one or two things is happening. Either the commodity's not being traded at all, meaning it's just sitting around and ain't nobody doing nothing with it, or it's being traded from an outside party and it's causing your financial situation to go negative every time we at 0 point. So like right now, it's Saturday. To give you an example, this is real life. And the Jews and stuff know it's a Sabbath. They call it the Sabbath, the day of rest. Why? Because money's just sitting around, right? So they call it the futures market, but it's really just money sitting around in banks. And people that are wise and smart are doing what? They're using it and visaing it. That's right, they're visaing it to use it to trade on the market using other people's money, essentially is what it is, to make thousands, if not some people have been making millions of dollars doing this just for money that's sitting. You call this a savings though. And see, really in truth, we can't save money anymore, or fiat notes. We can't save money, meaning that as soon as the clock goes zero, we have to deposit it into the bank so that it could trade essentially on the stock market and collect interest or lose money or do something, because if we sit there and try to save it, it's going to always be negative. every time, because it's sitting. Anything that sits, and you call it a savings, is negative. So what you got to do with your savings is learn how to make it movable and begin to invest it and make it liquid instead of solid. See, when it sits, it becomes solid. It's a part of the earth element. It's a part of the beauty of the earth. That's all it is. The money ain't nothing but just a decoration. Ain't nothing but a decoration until you do something with it. Then it becomes a movable asset at that time until the stock market goes back into zero. And then you either pull out and you keep your profit in there, or if you ain't make no profit and you lost money, you pull out whatever's left and you decide what you're going to do with that. But sitting around looking at the money is not making you any money, because even when you think you losing money on the stock market, I'm going to say this and shut down. Even when you think you losing money on the stock market, you're not losing. That money is always going somewhere. One stock's going up, another stock is always going down. When the price and the interest associated with the dollar is going up, of course, the interest associated with other commodities is going to go down, because anything associated with the dollar is dealing with credit, the fiat notes and loans. So when that goes up, that means the amount of money that's available for loans, there's a lot of money available. So they got a lot of money to give out. You see what I'm saying? So you think borrowing money is against, and it's a sin, but it's not. They got banks of money that they want to give out. They're selling it. Essentially, they're selling it. Banks selling it. See, loans are sold. The interest rates and all that, and loans, they're sold on the stock market every day, and that's why they change all the time, because they're going up and down. And when you learn how to master this, you can take what you think there's nothing, turn it into something. And this is really essentially the only way that you're going to get into magic in this day and time, believe it or not, because they closing down every door. Every time they open up a door, a certain amount of millionaires come through. Like I said, they try to trap you into that portal or trap you into that door and keep you trapped. And that's what they're doing now, slowly but surely. YouTube knows what I'm talking about. Slowly but surely, they're trying to change this monetization. And they're going to get to the point where they're going to keep vising out all these people that think they got all this money banked up in monetization and keep giving it, paying the artists off and paying the artists off. And those people that didn't make it to a certain level in enough time and you didn't come in at that time, that door's going to close. So the goal is to learn the magic of timing. Time magic is what it is, what I call it. It's called time magic, and learn how to use that and work this grid to not only generate income for yourself, but to generate a profit. That's the goal. To never owe nobody, and at the end of the day when the stock market closed, you've made a profit. So I'm gonna get back with you with some more information a little bit later this evening, on more of a spiritual note. But as always, stay abundant.